60 years ago, a Breckenridge choir made its national debut on the White House lawn. Tonight, KTAB's Noah McKinney spoke with one of its members who followed up that performance with a lifetime of dedication to music. He brings us the story of their trip to Washington in tonight's Big Country Roots.
I grew up in this house. There were 5 or 6 of us kids.
Wayne White lives just a few miles between Cisco and Breckenridge. He and his wife ranching the same land his family has for over a century. Hard work, though he says his family always found time for a hobby.
My dad was a singer, just a home singer in the house.
White recalls late nights where neighbors would come over to eat and play music well through midnight.
And if we kids would sit real quiet over there in the corner, we got to stay up, otherwise we had to go on to bed.
White's love of singing turned to passion when he joined the Breckenridge Boys Choir, headed up by Miss Gwen Dean.
I suspect she was the best teacher I ever had.
Dean was known for taking in anyone who was willing to put in the work and teaching them all she knew.
She made us sing Latin, French, English, and Texan. Texan is you really don't have to do the vowels quite right.
Just 3 years later, the choir had a unique opportunity. Miss Dean just so happened to know a man that was serving in the U.S. House of Representatives at the time.
She had a connection with Omar Burleson. He got with Jackie Kennedy and said, you need to bring these people up here.
April 16, 1962, White and the whole Breckenridge Boys Choir arrived on the south lawn of the White House, ready to perform. White says he can't recall what songs they sang, but does remember meeting Miss Kennedy.
Pretty. I didn't wash my hands after I shook her hand for about 2 weeks.
Thinking back on that day, White says he owes it all and everything that's come from it to Miss Dean.
She just expected excellence. She was one of the people that made me go into music.
Which he did, teaching band for the next 4 decades all over the big country, imparting the passion for song that he'd been given as a kid.
There's no way for me to know what I would have done if it hadn't been for Gwen Dean. She set my life on a track.
For BigCountryHomepage.com, I'm Noah McKinney.
Thank you, Noah, and to Wayne White for sharing those stories. I'm sure there are 1,000 more. An exhibit all about the Breckenridge Boys Choir and the impact Mrs. Dean had on that area can be found at the Swinson Memorial Museum in Breckenridge.